What's up, guys? This is Jake from Generation Geek, and today we have another top 10 list, and today we have no other than the JSA, the Justice Society of America. Growing up, when I got to comics, I was a super big fan of Justice League, obviously because of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. But then as I became more and more knowledgeable about the DC universe, I found out about the pre-team before them, which was the JSA, and how powerful the members actually were. So we're gonna look at that today. As always, if you guys are new here, please like, share, and subscribe, and join the Geek fam. We'll love to have you. And to start off this list, we're gonna start with no other than Atom Smasher, Albert Rothstein. Atom Smasher is probably one of the characters that stood out the most to me, simply for the fact that he just had a cool design to me with the mask and then the cut off sleeves and stuff like that. And then when I saw him in Justice League Unlimited, I was just in awe. I'm like, who is this character? And I dived into the comics and I found out that he was the godson of Al Pratt, the original Atom. His powers are just so cool. And of course, he's super powerful. He can control his density and his size. Well, at least he used to be able to control his density. Now it's pretty much just his size, and he can grow as tall as up to 60 feet and weigh over 700 pounds. And of course, he has super strength and durability and everything that comes with just growing in size. He has been able to go against the JSA all by himself. So of course, Atom Smasher had to make this list. And then coming in at number 9, we have Jay Garrick the Flash. Now, Jay Garrick, to me, he's probably my favorite Flash of all time. I have just always been a fan of his helmet alone. Like, seriously, Jay Garrick's helmet, you can ask Pops, is like my favorite character design ever. I just love the mask. I love the simplicity of his outfit and his uniform and things like that. But simply, he is the original Flash. Now, granted, he might not be as fast as Jay and Barry or even Wally and things like that, but Jay Garrick is still impressive within himself. He is still fast enough to make time and everything around him come to a standstill at his top speed. So though he may be old, he is still super skilled in the use of his powers, and of course, he's the original Flash. How could we not have Jay Garrick on the list? Then up next, we have Power Girl. Now, Power Girl was always super interesting to me, especially, as a young teen because of her design. But despite that, Power Girl is super amazing and super powerful. She is a version of Supergirl from a different dimension. I think it is Earth 2. And over time, Kara's powers have waxed and waned. They've changed. At one point, she became like an Atlantean. Now, of course, originally she was a Kryptonian. She got her power from sunlight. But nonetheless, she's a powerhouse regardless. She gets her powers however they may be. But she's a powerhouse. She's able to go against toe-to-toe with the likes of Wonder Woman, Superman, all the major DC powerhouses, Shazam, anybody you can name it. She can go toe-to-toe with them. And she also has an invulnerability to kryptonite. She still has the same vulnerability to magic and things like that, but when it comes to Kryptonians, she's definitely in the top 3 when it comes to Kryptonians on Earth. Then up next, we have nobody other than the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Now, the thing about Alan Scott is he's not your traditional Green Lantern, so he gets his power from a mystical power source called the Starheart, in which his powers are more magical in nature versus, the whole Spectrum thing, with the willpower and things like that. His is more so magical in nature, and, his power, his Green Lantern constructs have this cool flame-like glow whenever he makes contracts, but he still has the powers as, traditional Green Lanterns, able to do pretty much the same thing. He had this weird weakness to wood. I get it. It was like the early 60s, 50s whenever he came out. It was really strange, but he still has considerable power. He's able to close a multiversal door. So that just shows you how powerful Alan Scott really is. And in our number 5 spot, we have Billy Batson, Captain Marvel, or as he's known now as Shazam. Of course, Shazam is going to make the list. He is one of the members of the JSA, one of their younger members, of course, because Billy is a kid. But his power coming from the 7 Greek gods is nothing close than amazing. Of course, he's able to go toe-to-toe with Superman himself. Superman even sees him as a peer. We've known Shazam to do some powerful, amazing things, obviously going toe-to-toe with gods and mythological creatures and even Superman himself. But he's been able to even punch black holes into reality. So we had to put Shazam on his list. He's one of the original Superman archetypes. How could we not have our guy, Billy, on this list? And then number 6, we have Jakeem Thunder. Jakeem Thunder, I thought, was so cool. Him and the Thunderbolt, obviously as a kid, seeing another young black kid with the power to control a genie that can grant his every wish was super cool to me. And then when I found out this same genie was an imp that was similar to Mixie, the same villain that Superman goes against, and Batmite, it just put him on a whole nother level. And then if you think of the things that he can do, obviously be able to manipulate matter, energy, and things like that. If Jakeem really came to his own, became an adult, he would probably become the most powerful being on Earth simply because of his symbiotic relationship with the Thunderbolt. So of course, Jakeem Thunder has to make this list. And we have no one other than Tef Adam, Black Adam himself. Tef Adam, Black Adam is a beast. I think everybody can agree that when it comes to, you know, full combat, that Billy has nothing on Tef Adam. And if you don't believe me, look no other than World War III, in which Black Adam went against the entire superhuman community, and they literally could not stop him. I mean, you're talking about the likes of Alan Scott, the Flashes, the entire JSA, multiple Green Lanterns, Power Girl, Martian Manhunter. All of these beings went to try and stop Black Adam, and he was wrecking everyone. And it got to a point where they couldn't even hold back against him, and Martian Manhunter literally had to let loose on him. Like, Black Adam is really that powerful. Of course, he's been able to slug it out with Superman and Shazam and all the top tier powerhouses, but that World War III arc put Black Adam on a whole nother level. We have Kingdom Come Superman, and I know you guys are like, what? Kingdom Come Superman? There was an issue in which he was brought into the main DC continuity, in which he was doing this whole crusade to stop God and, you know, hopefully stopping his future or his reality from coming to pass. And they show him coming into the main DC universe, in which the entire Justice Society, similar to Black Adam, literally could not stop him. You even had Starman, a very powerful being who controlled density and weight and things like that, couldn't even hold Superman down. They were literally trying to keep up with him. Garrick compared his speed to that of Wally and Barry's. Like, it was a crazy display of power that this Superman showed. Now, of course, this Superman, as we saw in Kingdom Come, is not vulnerable to kryptonite anymore. He still has some vulnerabilities to magic, as we saw in his fight with Shazam, in which his Thunderbolt was hurting him, but it wasn't taking him out. So yes, he still has that vulnerability, but this Superman is on a whole nother level. It even showed that the same injuries and the same attacks that from Hercules that hurt the Prime Superman did nothing. Couldn't even move this Superman. It knocked the regular Superman off his feet, but Kingdom Come Superman literally just tanked it, took it on the chin, and then knocked him away. He even punched Superman and actually knocks him away and hits him. He's like stronger than the main Superman. Kingdom Come Superman is a hoss. And then we come into our last two on the list, and our number 2 is Dr. Fate. Now, what more can be said about Dr. Fate? He's like Doctor Strange and Superman mixed together. Man has super strength and vulnerability, all of that stuff, along with super powerful cosmic level amounts of magic. Like, this guy was able to go against some powerful cosmic entities. He was even able to fight against the Spectre ones. Like, Dr. Fate literally controls and monitors everything when it comes to magic in the DC universe. He is basically there, so supreme, and there is no one else whose magic besides like Clarion the Witch Boy, or in some cases Satana, but not really. I still would give Dr. Fate that can go toe to toe with Dr. Fate when he is truly let loose and like Naboo takes over. It's just a whole different level of power. What's up, guys? This is Jay. As you guys know, we love making content for you guys, but as we're starting to notice, many of you are watching, but many of you are not subbing. So why not join the Geek fam? Come rock with us. Just hit that sub button, hit the bell. We'll love to have you. Y'all be blessed. Peace. And then in our number 1 spot, I don't think it's a mystery that it comes to the Spectre. Yes, the hand of God's vengeance. What more needs to be said? We're talking about the Judaic God. This is his wrath. This is his vengeance in literal form. He has all the powers that comes with being the right hand of God, which is basically everything. You're talking about reality manipulation, time manipulation, able to go against multiversal beings like the anti-modern, things like that. The Spectre literally has no equal, literally being the second hand to God. Maybe close could be, you know, Lucifer Morningstar or something like that, some from the vertical universe, or, you know, the aspects of. But when you're talking about some of the most powerful beings and the most powerful being in the JSA, it has to be the OG Spectre. Like, who else? And that's our list. Do you guys think I left somebody off? Let me know in the comments below. And who would you guys like to see me? And what would you guys like to see me do a top 10 list on? Leave that also in the comments below. And as always, if you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe, and join the Geek fam. We'll love to have you. I have been Jay from Generation Geek. Y'all be blessed, and peace.